So I said in the last video I talked about the energy of creation and our creations. Actually that came up and I said you're not going to get to meet God and say look what you caused me, why did you do this, and throw it in his face. Because from the point of view of spirit, okay, you're not a victim. None of us are a victim. This whole human experience is to show us, this is a hard one to swallow, but not swallowing it doesn't change it. Not taking this pill doesn't cure the illness, okay? It's part of this human experience that we get to see the depth of our own creation. We get to see how much hatred we can produce, how much sadness we can produce, and I mean produce. We are producing this energy. How much fear we can produce. So this whole setup, this whole illusion, we individually and collectively are helping each other one at a time to, and I'm going to open up now to the idea of angel and angel energy, okay? So, because in this regard, angels are not all love and light and bells and whistles and white feathers floating, because if you have to journey to the depths of yourself, and it's going to take a certain happening, a rape, let's put words on this, a rape or a death or a killing. It's going to take something we see in this world as horrible in order for you to actually see the depths of sadness or anger or hatred that produces. Okay? And I know I'm saying that. And until you realize it's not that, because after time and distance, that has stopped producing, and we are producing it all on our own. So in order for us to meet the rapist, the angel energy will arrange the two people to come together. If you have to trip up and smash your face, an angel will make sure you fall. Angels aren't just the builders of the good stuff in this world, because this world isn't separate of good stuff and bad stuff. It's all just part of the one picture, and it's all being created by the one creative energy. There isn't a separate creative energy creating the shit. It's all created equally. Now, the same is true of ourselves. We all have an equal share of creative energy. No one's getting more than anyone else. Now, this isn't human stuff like money and gold and stuff that we take off each other and hoard and grab and buy and sell. This is a different stuff. This is life force, life energy. We all have a breath, one breath. It's there for us to take freely. We all have a heartbeat. We all have an energy that it's like we all have to share the same battery. We all have the same battery within us. Doesn't matter what we look like, what colour our skin, what shape or size our physical body is, or what state it's in. The energy and the life force that's within us all, without exception, is the same life force. There's oneness. That's a oneness. And we all get an equal amount of that life force. No one has a better breath than another. So and that energy that's giving itself. Now I'm going to go back to the idea of source, a source energy that's pumping out this life energy and sharing itself with me and with you and with everyone else. That source energy is given this energy unconditionally and freely. And it flows outward. There isn't a return. This isn't like an energy circuit that has to have a return, or a plumbing circuit that has to have a return. This is a one-way flow of love and light and peace and joy, growing and growing and growing and growing. And this energy that gives itself to you and to me is unaware what you are doing with it. As far as the idea of source is concerned, it has given you the creative power of itself to be its own image, as they say in some of the holy books, created in its own image. That's one way of saying you are the same as me. And so that energy of love and light and peace and joy shining and giving itself is what you have as a spiritual being. You not only can, you have chosen to try and create something else with that energy. It's like the electricity that's coming into this house here. My energy provider doesn't say to me what I can do with that energy. It gives me the energy and I can use it for good or for bad. I can do whatever I want with this energy. Now we're talking about creative energy, divine energy, some people call it. Source energy, whatever, life energy. I call it life. I call it life energy, and it just gives and gives and gives. This life energy that we have, we nurture our own creations within our own bubble. We've created our sadness. We've created our anger. We've created our fear. We've created our despair and our guilt and all this other stuff. And so, in order for us to actually see this, we're brought down. Life trips us up. Life brings us into the darkest of dark places, because that's what we've created. The love and light of Source hasn't created the darkness in you or in me. It has facilitated that energy to allow us to find our way out of the darkness. Boy, in among all this shite that goes on, we still feel love. We still get a chance to laugh. We still get a chance to find a few moments peace. We still find light in the darkness. That hasn't left us. That cannot leave us, because there's nowhere for it to go. There isn't a separate part of the universe that's not belong to all. It's all connected. Everything is connected. This is an energy. The space between things is energy. This is love and light and peace. It's in the space between things. It's in the space between our planet and the moon and the sun and the stars and all the other stuff in the universe. Humans are going around planet to planet looking for other life form. And they don't see the distance in between, the space as a life source in itself. Because we're so used to looking at form. We're so used to looking at life within a shape. We don't look outside of the shape and recognize that as life as well. That's separation. in order to leave this whole spirit or human, you need to, and I need to remove ourselves. We do this in meditation. When we go in and we close our eyes to this world and we invite, I don't know if we invite in or we invite ourselves out, but we remove ourselves from here. We remove ourselves from this bubble when we go in here, and then we join in what's already created. We're not recreating anything. We're not reinventing the wheel when we meditate. We're actually saying to the world that we've created, just stop for a few minutes. Just stop. And we push away our wants and our wishes and our desires and our problems and all our other stuff and saying, I want something else for a few minutes. And that's what it takes. That's the choice. And that is the only power. While time is your most valuable asset here, how you spend it, the most powerful tool you've got, the only power you actually have in this world, is the power of choice. Now, I'm talking spiritual stuff here. I'm not talking about egos who are collecting billions of dollars and billions of yen and billions of pounds and billions of euros and getting to the tops of organizations and religions and all. That's not the power I'm talking about. That's human power. That's ego stuff. That's a fair ground that we all pass through on the journey. That's not going to change. That will always be there. And we experience that until we see through that. Until we see through, there's no real power in that, because the real power is within yourself. The power of you to change your world, not their world. Now, again, I'm going to finish up on this, and I will continue in the next video. So now you know, you can't say nobody told you.